If you know Van Gogh only as an artist struggling with mental illness and eventually cutting his ear off, then you're in for a ride. Because the artist's journey is much more complex than that. Today, we're talking about Van Gogh and all the things that people don't know about this enigmatic artist. Sure, one could stand and stare at the beautiful strokes in The Starry Night all day, but stepping beyond his art lies a world veiled in mystery. Behind his vibrant canvases lies a dark tale of the artist's struggles, both financial and mental. So, let's get into the 10 things you didn't know about Van Gogh. 10. He drew inspiration from Japanese prints. Several different sources inspired the painter: Dutch genre painting, realist works by Millet, and, notably, Japanese woodblock prints. These prints captivated him so much that he recreated some, infusing his unique, emotive flair into copies of Hiroshige and Kesai Eisen's prints. 9. Van Gogh almost didn't become an artist. Can you imagine a world where you wouldn't even know who Van Gogh is? Believe it or not, Vincent van Gogh was initially set on a pastoral path and found himself as a lay preacher in Borinage, Belgium. Surprisingly, a job dismissal became the turning point, steering him towards a destiny painted with colors. Not the typical early bloomer, Van Gogh made his first ever painting, 27. And here's the thing, he had absolutely no formal art schooling. 8. He was his own model. Van Gogh, a struggling and unrecognized artist, couldn't spend money on models, so he put himself on the canvas. He was making the most of what he had, and he even recycled his artworks by painting over them instead of buying a new canvas. Who knows what hides beneath those layers, waiting to be discovered. 7. He thought he was unsuccessful. When Van Gogh came up with The Starry Night, he didn't feel like he had done something extraordinary. He saw himself and his creations as flops. Rumor has it that he barely sold the painting during his lifetime. If only he could see into the future and see the love that is being sent to him over 150 years later. 6. He had some pretty famous friends. Van Gogh was close to a bunch of artists, like Paul Gauguin. They, along with Emile Bernard, came up with this grand plan to create an artist group down in the south of France. Their dream was to live and paint together, forming a tight-knit creative squad. They kicked things off by swapping self-portraits, and Van Gogh was the spark behind it all. 5. Did he really cut off his ear? This is probably the most well-known fact about Van Gogh. But here's the twist. The details are murky. Some historians think it happened after a clash with his painter friend, Paul Gauguin, at the Yellow House in Arles. But there's more. Some historians even suggest Gauguin might have been involved in cutting Gogh's ear off to dodge the cops. Rumor has it, Van Gogh wrapped his ear and gifted it to a lady in a nearby brothel, which is pretty crazy, but none of it has been confirmed. 4. He wrote hundreds of letters. Besides crafting a ton of artwork, Van Gogh penned nearly as many letters and postcards. Interestingly, these missives often doubled as the birthplace for initial sketches of some of his most renowned masterpieces. This way, his art wasn't confined to canvas alone. 3. He had way too many paintings. In a decade, spanning from 27 until his early passing at 37, Van Gogh's creativity knew no bounds, pumping out over 900 paintings, along with countless sketches and drawings. He practically created a new artwork every 36 hours. That's some serious artistic hustle, if you ask me. 2. He took his own life. Van Gogh fought with mental health for ages. In 1889, he willingly checked into St. Paul de Massol, staying there for a year. Surprisingly, from that window, he created iconic art like The Starry Night. Post-asylum, he moved to Auvers, near Paris, to be with his brother Theo. But his mental state worsened. Sadly, in 1890, he shot himself, passing away 2 days later, leaving Theo with his haunting last words: "The sadness will last forever." One, an inspiration for many. Van Gogh's art isn't just a big deal in post-impressionism. It inspires tons of artists, even today. His tough life hooked musicians, writers, and filmmakers alike. And Don McLean's 1971 hit, Vincent, is just one example of that, as it was inspired by Van Gogh's outlook. Once you realize everything that Van Gogh went through in the 37 years of his life, the way you look at his artwork changes entirely. All he wanted was for his work to be seen, understood, and appreciated. But the sad truth is that he never lived to see his work reach the levels of fame it has attained now. With this, we're signing off for today, hoping this video brought something new for you. Before you leave, comment to tell us what you thought of the painting while subscribing to our channel, and roll the key to hit the bell icon to get notified from us for the upcoming videos. See you all next time.